Shalom, Kol Laila, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. All praises be to the Most High, Yahweh, in the name of His Son, and our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shai. Much respect and honor to the brothers that are doing the work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and freedom to do so, pushing this gospel throughout the four corners of the earth. Salutations to the hopeful elect that are scattered abroad. Double honor and respect to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Coming back at you with another lesson. The harvest is being ripened. So I want to make this lesson brief and touch on the key points. We keep seeing wickedness get worse. The more rebuke, the more rebellious Israelites get, and the more proud and haughty the wicked global elite become, rendering God obsolete and His creation outdated, needs to be patented, remade, modified, made to be connected to machine, transhumanism, restructuring DNA, so forth and so on. So the elect are just grieving in this place through the being vexed in the spirit badly. So I want to go here and talk about this harvest. Any planter can tell you, or husband, a planter can tell you when the grapes are ripe to be picked up or plucked up. When the bad grapes are identified and ready to be thrown into the fire. Even when the farmer has wheat and tares, the wheat and the tares grow together. He does not rush to try to separate the wheat from the tares, but they all grow together in their assigned lot. And then the wheat and the tares are plucked up at the same time, but the wheat are delivered into the barn, which represents the salvation of the Lord. Excuse me, Salakia, representing the salvation of the Lord's elect. And the tares represent those descendants of our enemies, the Edomites. So I want to go here to the reapers. And this is the end of the world. Let's go into it. Revelation 14. Excuse me. Revelation 14 and 14. And I looked, and behold, a white cloud, and upon the cloud one sat like unto the Son of Man, having on his head a golden crown, and in his hand a sharp sickle. So this is Yahweh Shai coming back to judge the earth. So he's going to set things back in order. Verse 15. And another angel came out of the temple, crying with a loud voice to him that sat on the cloud, Thrust in thy sickle and reap, for the time is come for thee to reap, for the harvest of the earth is ripe. So Yahweh Shai is coming back on a great fathership, that cloud. And that sickle represents judgments that are going to take place. The elect is going to be gathered up and rewarded. The gift of the kingdom gathered up into the barn, or taken up by the chariots of the Lord. And the wicked is going to be cut off and cast into the fiery flame. And that's going to take place on earth, not in another dimension somewhere, burning in hell. The hell is going to be created here in Dod in Babylon by the judgment of nuclear fire. Revelation 14 and 15. So when you read that the harvest of the earth is ripe, the elect is sealed, and the wicked are waxing worse and worse, likened unto or compared to rotten grapes, or a bad crop, metaphorically. See, I'm going to keep going. And another, Revelation 14 and 15, and another angel came out of the temple, crying with a loud voice to him that sat on a cloud, thrust in thy sickle and reap, for the time is come for thee to reap, for the harvest of the earth is ripe. And he that sat on the cloud thrust in his sickle on the earth, and the earth was reaped. So Yahushua is coming back to judge the earth in balance. So there's going to be a reward of the wicked and the gift of the eternal kingdom to his elect. So he's going to separate the sheep from the goats. In another analogy, Revelation 14 and 17. And another angel came out of the temple which is in heaven, he also having a sharp sickle. And another angel came out from the altar which had power over fire, and cried with a loud cry to him that had the sharp sickle, saying, Thrust in thy sickle, and gather the clusters of the vine of the earth, for her grapes are fully ripe. So wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth. So there's a reason that Yahushua said, he that is unjust, let him be unjust still. So these wicked grapes, or sour grapes, metaphorically, is talking about people that are hard pressed on doing what they do for gain, for monetary reasons, for filthy lucre's sake. So they're in their heaven, underneath the Romans, Edomites. So these are those that are going to be judged with the beast system. Revelation 14 and 18. And another angel came out from the altar which had power over fire, and cried with a loud cry to him that had the sharp sickle, saying, Thrust in thy sickle, and gather the clusters of the vine of the earth, for her grapes are fully ripe. These men are waxing worse and worse. So they're filling up the measures of their former generations when they was on the earth. Sodom and Gomorrah behavior, adultery, murder, witchcraft, theft, robbery, and being in bed with the other nations. And the angel thrust in his sickle into the earth, and gathered the vine of the earth, and cast it into the great winepress of the wrath of God. So this winepress is metaphoric, speaking about the conditions that he's going to create on earth to shed a lot of blood. Speaking in a parable as looking as one that has just crushed a bunch of grapes, which is a parable talking about or describing the extensive amount of killing he's going to do. Most people don't fear the God of the Bible or the Messiah. Hamashiach, because they have a false image in their mind. And really, our actions help to show who we worship. If we have this carefree, do whatever we want spirit, and we're showing the fruits of worshiping Cesar Borgia or Cesar Borgia, white man Jesus. When we are living it up, so to speak, in lust or concupiscence, pride, envy, wrath, hatred, reveling or partying, spiritual fornication or adultery, then we're showing the fruits of idolatry. So we know who we worship based on what works or labors we are exhibiting. Let's go here to verse 20. And the winepress was trodden without the city, and blood came out of the winepress, even unto the horse bridle, by the space of 1,600 furlongs. That's a lot of blood for blood to cover up to the bridle or to the back of a horse. And a horse is standing over 6 feet tall. So these are analogies describing the amount of bloodshed that's going to take place on this earth. There's about 8 billion people on the earth. So the harvest is ripe. Men that are going to do wickedly, they're going to continue to do just that because they have not been judged yet. So it's like a snowball effect. The snowball rolls downhill and get bigger and faster and more deadly. So these men are set in their lot to be mockers, to go against the doctrine, to get paid off, to be those that stir up contention and strife for entertainment. So these men are going to wax worse. No different from sour grapes with worms in it or decay on the vine. It must be cut off and cast into the fire. Let's go to John 4:36. Look at John chapter 4, verse 35. Say not ye, there are yet 4 months, and then cometh harvest. Behold, I say unto you, lift up your eyes and look on the fields, for they are white already to harvest. So the signs are present. The signs and the changing of the time is at hand. We're witnessing these things take place. The elect is being sealed. And those that are going to do wickedly are going to continue to show their bad fruits of their labors. Is it not written, we shall know a tree by the fruit that it bears? So everything is being revealed as we get closer and closer to the end. No different from the harvest. When the harvest or the farmer or planter is ready to reap the harvest, he sees everything in full bloom, full blossom, and he can see the bad crop that's rotting away and he must destroy. Say not ye, there are yet 4 months, and then cometh harvest. Behold, I say unto you, lift up your eyes and look on the fields, for they are white already to harvest. So remember, the field is the world when we read the parable in Matthew 13. The elect is scattered throughout the 4 parts of the earth that are being sealed as we speak. And he that reapeth receiveth wages, and gathereth fruit unto life eternal, that both he that soweth and he that reapeth may rejoice together. So most of the elect men are sowing seeds of truth, planting the doctrine into the minds of those that are being sealed as we speak. So they're going to shine as the stars in the outer firmament. They're producing fruit that produce fruit that turns over more fruit, building a kingdom or the garden, the new Eden or Eden, paradise, that's being built right before our eyes. Let's get ready to close out here. 2 Ezra 4. Let's go to verse 36. 2 Ezra 4, verse 35. Did not the souls also of the righteous ask question of these things in their chambers, saying, How long shall I hope on this fashion? Then cometh the fruit of the floor of our reward. And unto these things Uriel the archangel gave them answer and said, Even when the number of seeds is filled in you, for he have weighed the world in the balance. The Most High does everything in a specific time, phase, event. The time must line up with the changing of the age or eon of time, and the judgments must match the kingdoms that are being set up or torn down. So it's time based on the ebb and flow of the rise and fall of kingdoms or eons. So the Lord has everything set up in a rise and fall or ebb and flow, like the ocean or the seashores. Everything is set up in a time phase sequence of events. By measure have he measured the times, and by number have he numbered the times, and he doth not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled. So the works of the wicked must reach a certain threshold of wickedness, and the elect is going to cry out, and the Lord is going to deliver his elect. And there is a sealing of the elect taking place that has already been chosen before the foundation of the world, but are being meted out through the teaching and preaching of the word. So the elect is filling the bag, or the quota, if you will, the requirement to be delivered that the Lord requires unto himself, those that are appointed for salvation. And you have those that are filling the lot for judgment. By measure have he measured the times, and by number have he numbered the times, and he doth not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled. So the Lord knows what he's doing. It seems like this wicked kingdom is going on forever and getting worse. But it's going to reach a tipping point by which it's going to fall, just like Rome did. So there is a cycle that the Most High has in place, a cycle of the rise and fall and the time phase sequence of events of these kingdoms, time to rise, plateau, and then decline, and then be replaced by a new eon or age of reigns of kings. And that new kingdom that's being ushered in now is under the throne of David, the children or the sons of God, the sons of Jacob, that Yahushua is eagerly awaiting to return and occupy that seat, to be the King of kings and Lord of lords on the earth. Hopefully this lesson has been edifying. All praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahushua Bahashem, or Konkadash. See you on the next lesson, Lord willing. Kwam Yeshua and Abad Babal. We got next, Lord willing. Shalom.